I moved to Turkey to be with my long-distance boyfriend. He broke up with me 2 months later, but I love my new home. When I closed my eyes and imagined my life in another country, I typically pictured myself settling somewhere like Paris or Mexico City, two places I'd fallen in love with during travels in my early 20s. However, those well-laid plans changed when I fell in love with a Turkish man on a trip to Istanbul in early 2023. Falling in love with him felt like a fairy tale. The relationship felt equal parts safe and exciting. We dated long distance for nearly 2 years, with me going back and forth between Canada and Istanbul for as long as my tourist visa would allow. In December 2024, I made the leap, packed up my possessions, and moved to Turkey on a digital nomad visa. Finally, I had the chance to live abroad. Even better, I'd have a local to hold my hand and guide me through their country. When I arrived in Istanbul, I tried to dive into the culture immediately, taking full-time Turkish lessons and learning how to cook some basic local dishes. But just 2 months after my move, our relationship started to break down. Though I was trying my best to learn more Turkish, he had to primarily communicate with me in English, which put a strain on our relationship. As it turns out, growing a relationship across language barriers is difficult. Ultimately, he decided to end our relationship. At first, I was crushed beyond comprehension. He wasn't just my boyfriend. He was my only friend and my sole support system in Istanbul. I had moved continents to be with him, thinking, somewhat naively, we'd be together forever. Now I was alone in a foreign country and unsure of what was next. I dropped out of Turkish lessons, telling myself there was no point in learning the language if I didn't have future in-laws to communicate with.